Formal letters are those letters which are written in the line of business, in the line of authority. The tone of the letter is polite and impersonal. Yes, the tone is always polite in the formal letter. So here, once they start, I have seen many students writing, they introduce themselves again in the body of the letter. That's waste of time and also unnecessarily filling the letter with unwanted information. Hello students, I'm Anil, lecturer, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysore. In this session, we are going to look at letter writing for the first PUC students. So what is letter writing? You know how you write letter. You have been practicing it for many years now. So let us recall what you have learned, and if there are any changes, let us adopt it. So let's recall. What do we know about formal letters? What are formal letters? What are informal letters? Formal letters are those letters which are written in the line of business, in the line of authority. So informal, we write it for our loved ones, our friends, family, etc. So now look at these statements and state whether true or false. An apostrophe is not used after year in years. True or false? So when you write the letter, in the end you write yours. So you don't write yours. This is wrong. So an apostrophe is not used. This is true. The formal letter is written in formal language. Exactly. The formal letter is written in formal language. One can inquire about good health. Can you do it in a formal letter? No. You purely stick to the point. Thanking you is wrong. The correct phrase is thank you. So this is correct. This is what we have to make correction in the letter. We have to write thank you. We don't write thanking you. Dearest can be used in the salutation. No. This is formal. In the formal letter, you can't use dearest. You can't use something which creates affection there. So this is not. The tone of the letter is polite and impersonal. Yes. The tone is always polite in the formal letter. While putting signature below the subscription, using Mr. Mrs. is necessary. You need not do it. You just mention your name. Now, these are some of the formal types of letter. One thing, you have been doing it from your school days: leave application, application for TC and marks card, application for opening closing transfer of the bank account, complaint letters, letters seeking information, letters giving information, invitation letters. So all these things fall under formal letter group. Now let us go through this exercise. Neha Gupta resides at Gandhinagar, Bengaluru. She has passed SSLC. She writes a letter to the headmaster of her school, Swami Vivekananda Vidyalaya, Gandhinagar, Bengaluru, requesting him or her to issue her school living certificate, that is, transfer certificate. So this is the question which you get. This is the kind of question which you are going to get in the examination. So here the first thing you need to notice is the from address and to address is clearly mentioned, and the content, what you should write in the body of the letter, is also mentioned. You have to break these things apart and get to know what to write. So first thing, from address, Neha Gupta, her address is Gandhinagar, Bengaluru. Then what is the issue or what is the matter in the letter? She has passed SSLC. She writes a letter to the headmaster of her school, Swami Vivekananda Vidyalaya. This is the to address. And this is the designation, headmaster. Gandhinagar, Bengaluru is the address. What is the subject? Requesting for school living certificate. So now you have everything in the question. You have to put it in the right form of the letter. See, first thing is the from address. Next thing is the date. Next thing is the to address. Then salutation. Then comes the subject. Then the body of the letter, fine, and then thank you, yours sincerely, etc. Now let us see what are the things which are right, what things are a mistake here. Now when you write from address, you need not write from here. We have been doing this from the beginning. Don't write this from, directly write from address. Then while writing the date, you need to use a formal way to express date. We have been writing like this, 12th December 2021, 12/12/21. So if you consider why we should not write like this, the reason is simple. Why? In the international system of date, it is the month, it is the date. In Indian, it is the date, it is the month. So this creates confusion. But once you write it in this form, nobody can have any confusion with respect to date. So therefore, use this format, 12th December, 21. So when you write the date like this, there will be no confusion. So try to use this format always. Then, to address, you need not mention to and put a comma here. You need not write this to. And then you have to understand the designation, the headmaster. Swami Vivekananda Vidyalaya, Gandhinagar, Bengaluru. If you are writing a letter to the principal, write the principal. And while writing principal, it is Paul, not Pill. Here, this is wrong, this is correct. P should be caps, T should be caps. These are the things which you need to practice every time you write a letter to make it look neat and clear. Then comes this salutation. So here I have something to tell you. Don't write respected sir. Why not respected sir? When you call somebody sir or ma'am, the respect is already in the word. Therefore, directly write sir or ma'am, comma. So S should be caps, M should be caps. So you'll write sir or ma'am. Subject. So what is the subject? The subject is the reason why you are writing the letter. For that, you need not copy the entire question given there. You have to identify what is the question. What is the matter? So it's a requesting or requisition letter for TC. So here you will write request for school transfer certificate. That's all. That is the subject. So that the headmaster reading the letter will understand why this letter is written. So now coming to the body of the letter. What common mistake people do while writing this as students? So here, once they start, I have seen many students writing, they introduce themselves again in the body of the letter. That's waste of time and also unnecessarily filling the letter with unwanted information. Because you have already written from address. The headmaster will always know who the writer is. So you need not mention it again saying I am an XYZ from your school, your college, studying or studied. You need not mention it here. The from address is clear about you. Therefore, you directly jump to the matter. See, how do you start the letter? With reference to the subject. This is how you should start an official letter, formal letter. With reference to the subject, I, Neha Gupta, 10th standard from your school. Why is it mentioned here? Because the student has already gone out, cleared. Therefore, this student is giving a hint. But when you write leave letters, you need not write this. So she mentions, Neha Gupta, during this time I was your student. So I request you to issue my TC in order to seek admission in other college. In order to seek admission in SGEVS College, Bangalore, I have passed my SSLC examination in March 2015 and my admission number is this. This information is necessary to identify the student's registration number, her joining and leaving date. So you have to give them necessary information, not unnecessary details. When you write a leave letter, don't mention this part. I, Neha Gupta, studying in PUC, so-and-so class, so-and-so branch. You need not mention it. But once you are out of the college, if you are seeking some information from the college, then you have to identify yourself and write this part. I hope you are clear with this. Then, kindly do the needful and oblige. Hence, this letter is clear. There is no confusion. To the point, required information, short, clear, crisp. Finally, thank you. Yours sincerely, your signature, and below the signature, your name, Neha Gupta. So when you write this letter, sometimes you write this part here. That was followed previously. But nowadays, we follow left indented form. That means everything comes to the left. Just imagine, it is just like email. Where once you compose an email, everything falls on the left-hand side of the letter. So we follow left indented form, and therefore your thank you, your sincerely, signature and name will fall on the left hand side. Nothing will come on the right hand side. Sir, what if I write my signature here, thank you here? Is it wrong? No, it is not wrong, but we follow this rule. Let us follow this rule. That's all. So please remember, don't write from, don't write to, directly write from address, date, to address, first salutation, then subject, body of the letter, very crisp, without wasting any time and not mentioning anything that is not required. Kindly do the needful and oblige. Remember this sentence. You need not say anything, just copy this sentence. This is the direct method of asking them to do the needful. Then thank you, sincerely, your signature and name. Now we are done with the wonderful part of writing a formal letter. Note, while writing a formal letter, attention must be paid to two things: the parts of the letter and the choice of format. Correct form and standard writing conversation should be followed while designing the letter. So while writing the letter, you should understand what should be mentioned first, what should be mentioned next. For example, take the previous letter. So there, she said, I Neha, I studied in your school. Why is she writing letter? She needed TC from that school to join to another college. Then she says, kindly do the needful. Done. In order to ensure clarity of presentation, the letter should be divided into sections and subsections, each with a clear purpose. So when you write a formal letter, it will not be a lengthy letter, okay? So it will be very clear in 2 to 3 sentences, 1 paragraph, 2 to 3 sentences, 1 paragraph. Don't make 2 to 3 passages. Stick to the subject. If the subject is elaborated, then you may need 2 or 3 passages to write in the body of the letter. If you are seeking leave, if you are applying for leave, you need not explain everything. You need to just ask leave and tell them why you need leave. That's all. Clear? So these things you should remember. A formal letter includes the following elements. One is the sender's address, that is from address. Date, I told you how to write. Inside address or to address. First thing, salutation. Then subject line, reference line or optional. Then body of the letter, complimentary clause. What is this complimentary clause? Your sincerely. That is the complimentary clause. Your signature. What is this enclosure? For example, take the previous letter, Neha. If she wanted to give her hall ticket, a copy of her hall ticket, if she has attached it with her letter, she has to mention it here. Enclosures, first one, copy of hall ticket or copy of marks card. This is a proof for her clearing the examination. This is the proof for her being the student of that school. So these are the enclosures. When you write it on a sheet of paper, it should be an A4 page, clear page. Then enclosure should come on the front page itself. You cannot write that in another sheet of paper and attach it as enclosure. A letter will include everything on one sheet because that itself is very important. I hope you are clear. Now there is an exercise for you to do. There are questions here. Write an application to the principal of your college requesting for 4 days leave. Now take a sheet of paper, follow the instructions, write a beautiful, clear, formal letter. Second one, write a letter to the Commissioner, City Corporation, Shimoga, complaining about irregular water supply in your area. Your letter should include the following points. The following points are here. Irregular water supply, one issue. The areas affected by irregular supply of water, then inconvenience caused to the general public. So now this is a formal letter, but it has a number of sections. So what are you going to do? The body of the letter will be a lengthier one. So when you compare these two letters, this is short and clear, this is elaborative letter. So once you write this, you need to mention 2-3 passages covering these things. So that is the only difference when you understand the questions. With this, I hope you have understood how to write a letter and what were the common mistakes that were done during writing a letter. I hope this is very helpful for you. We shall meet in the next class. Thank you.